Hi everyone. I wanted to get your thoughts on some things today, and hopefully you could share with me, and then of course anyone else reading comments, your opinion on this topic, and hopefully you have some great suggestions. What I wanted to talk about today is our toxic beauty products. I'm sure you've heard over the past, year or so, and then most recently this past month about the toxic chemicals, benzene and different crazy chemicals in our spray products, our aerosol spray products, a lot of hairsprays, spray deodorants, texturizers for our hair, dry shampoos, sunscreens, all different types of products like that. And when I look on social media, I see that there are a lot of companies then that kind of take advantage of that fear that people have of these products. And they might advertise that, the product is benzene free or whatever, but then they might have all these other crazy chemicals in it that, it's like, okay, it might not have benzene in it, but do we want all those, other ingredients in the product? So I wanted to get your opinion on this topic. Are you fearful of, beauty products and different household products that are out there? Or are you just like, whatever, I'm just gonna use what I wanna use? Or are you really big into clean beauty and perhaps you have some great suggestions of some brands that you really like that you wanted to share in the comments? For me personally, I'm not necessarily into clean beauty. Like I will go buy an eyeshadow palette or a blush palette or, foundation, whatever, and it doesn't have to be made with all clean, as they call it, ingredients. And the reason I say clean is because I don't know, I guess my thought on a lot of companies saying it's clean, there's a lot of companies out there that consider themselves clean, but like I said, the ingredients, the other ingredients in there, I'm like, who's saying that's clean? I guess they go off of that, what is it, the Environmental Working Group website, which I don't really follow that website. So to be honest, I'm not necessarily into, oh my gosh, avoid chemicals because, water, everything is a chemical. There are certain things I will avoid, as far as things that I know that are acne triggers for me. There are certain ingredients that I do avoid for that. My whole skincare, makeup, and household is not all, clean products. So another thing I kind of laugh about, I mean, not haha laugh, but it's just kind of interesting to me, is some people will, panic and say, oh my gosh, don't use that sunscreen. It's got that chemical in it that will cause sunscreen. But yet they, go to restaurants and eat burgers, pizza, they're putting on just any old body lotion on their skin. They've got Glade Plugins in their house and candles with all those phthalates and crazy chemicals. That's why I say for me, it's like, yeah, I guess we could eliminate one possible thing that could potentially be bad, but if our whole diet is eating, meat with growth hormones in it and, antibiotics and vegetables and fruits that are not organic or pesticide free, they say we should avoid soy. They say that soy can also trigger melasma. So there's just so many different things that, I hear that experts say you must avoid this. But then the funny thing is I will watch one expert and then another expert. These are, doctors that supposedly are experts in this whole field, and they will completely disagree with each other. So who really knows? I do try to cut back on certain things. So for example, I never use Glade plugins anymore. I don't know about you, but when people have like those fake Glade plugins and candles with all that fake fragrance from all those chemicals, that gives me such a headache. And does that ever happen to you if you go in someone's house and it might smell delicious for the first 10 seconds, but then instantly it will trigger a headache? It's probably because there's something really bad, the chemicals, the phthalates, the fragrance. We don't know what half the fragrance is in products. From what I'm reading, that if something says there's fragrance or perfume in the product, they don't have to actually list what all chemicals are making up that fragrance. So it could be, all kinds of crazy things. Things like almond milk. I know people think, oh, I'm drinking healthy milk, it's almond milk. If you read the ingredients on the back of a box of the standard almond milk that you find at the store, there's like hardly any almonds in it. It's mostly a bunch of fillers and yucky things that, I don't know, it might be safer just to drink some milk and get the hormones from the milk versus drinking, the almond milk. I have made my own homemade almond milk in my Vitamix before. It took me like 10 minutes. It was so amazing. So stuff like that is easy to do, and so you can kind of cut back on all of those crazy chemicals that a lot of these companies out there use to kind of fill up the product. And I guess as long as there's one almond in it, they can call it almond milk when almonds really aren't the main ingredient. I don't always eat the healthiest, but for the most part, I do try to, for the most part, this is not if you see me at the restaurant, you know, shoving a burger and fries down my face, but if I go to the grocery store, I do try to buy organic, pasture-raised eggs. I do eat some, you know, meat, chicken, fish. Basically, I do try to stick with the produce aisle, the outer edge of the grocery store. I don't eat a whole lot of processed foods unless I'm having one of those moments and I'm like, I don't care, I need, you know, a thing of Pringles or whatever. But for the most part, I do try to cut out a lot of the bad ingredients. So since dry shampoo and hairspray and all of that was like the main thing that's recently been all over the news, I thought, you know what, let me start trying out some other products to see if I can get away from using that aerosol can for dry shampoo. Even I remember being a little kid, 5 years old, I don't know, 10 years old, and baking cakes with my mom, and we would spray that Pam cooking spray. I don't use that now, but we would use that Pam cooking spray, and I remember she'd always say, hold your breath when you spray it and then run out of the room and then take your breath. So I've always known that there's like bad stuff in those types of spray cans. And you know, I do the same thing now when I use any hairspray or a dry shampoo. If it's in that aerosol can, same thing. I will hold my breath while I spray it, run out of the room, because you know, I'm not trying to suck all that stuff down in my lungs. But I wanted to try, since dry shampoo was this big scare on the news, and I had some people reaching out saying, oh my gosh, are you gonna stop using, you know, all of your aerosol products? No, I'm probably not, but like I said, I'll hold my breath. But I thought, you know what, let me just start seeing if I can try some different products on the market. So if you are in the market for a non-aerosol dry shampoo, this is one that I picked up on Amazon, and I actually really like this. This is by a company, I'd never heard of it before. It's called Hair Dance. It's made in the USA. Actually, let me get the little brochure because I thought this was kind of interesting, this brochure that it came with. And it says it's cruelty-free, vegan, made with plants, it's organic, it's non-aerosol. It also says it's woman-owned and it's made in the USA, which I really like that. And it says that they donate to Mercy Ships. So basically what this is, it's just a dry shampoo for your hair, and instead of the aerosol, it's just this little pump. And actually I'll just spray some in my hand so that you can see what it looks like. See, it's just powder that comes out of here. There's no aerosol, it's just like a little pump. It's white. I mean, this, if you have hair my color or darker, this might not be something that you like, but I actually really like it. Look how much this spreads. Just blend it all together in my hands. If you don't rub it in really well, then yes, it's gonna look white and powdery in your hair. But what I do is I just kind of spray one spray here, and one in the back, flip my head upside down, and then just kind of, you know, run my fingers through it and massage it in. And then after it sits there for a couple minutes, the natural oils in my scalp just kind of absorb it. A couple times I'll notice like, oh shoot, I didn't blend, you know, over here, and I'll see a little bit, it just kind of looks grayish. But all I'll do is just spray a little hairspray or whatever over top out of my aerosol can, defeating the whole purpose. But once I do that, it just kind of makes the powder blend in. But let me just tell you the ingredients in here. So I really liked the ingredients. Even though these are good ingredients, you still don't want to be inhaling this. You know, it's a powder. You don't want, even though it's natural, you don't want to be inhaling that into your lungs. But of course, you're not going to get all those crazy chemicals that perhaps you would in an aerosol can. But the ingredients in here are organic rice starch, organic colloidal oatmeal, silica, and then it also has lavender essential oil in it, and organic, can't read, organic olea, oh, an olive leaf, organic olive leaf in it. And the scent is a very faint, it's a very soft lavender scent. This might be a brand you wanted to look into. I will link this down below, and the other few products I'm gonna share with you, I'll link down below as well. So like I said, I never use Glade plugins, I don't use candles. I haven't used Glade plugins, golly, it's maybe been 10 years since I've used Glade plugins. I specifically stopped using Glade plugins because when I started getting this weird hormonal acne, I actually have one trying to grow right here because I have been drinking milk, pumpkin spice lattes, and I know I could get an alternate milk, but I just love my 2% milk in it. So when I started getting all this acne and doing all this research, I started following a doctor, Dr. Nick Delgado, and that's how I discovered the Estroblock Pro and the Live Detox that completely got rid of this crazy hormonal acne I had in like a week. You know, just flattened out all of those cystic bumps, and then they, you know, started healing. And I started learning what's triggering that hormonal acne, and a lot of it was things from, you know, dairy, of course, because there's hormones, you know, that's when a cow's producing that milk, you know, there's hormones in it. So it doesn't matter if it's organic or not, there's hormones in it. Fragrance, like Glade Plugins, things like that, the phthalates and all the chemicals that can also alter our hormones, growth hormones that are in meat, pesticides in our fruits and vegetables, things like that. So that's when I started kind of cleaning up my diet and my lifestyle and environment a long time ago. It was for vanity reasons. It was to get rid of my acne. And like I said, I'm not like the cleanest eater. I'm not, you know, in the best of shape, but I try my best to cut out some of the things, you know, that are easy for me to cut out. You know, it's not easy for me to cut out chocolate, so I'm not gonna cut out chocolate. It's very easy for me to cut out Glade Plugins. So what I have been using for many, many years, I just use essential oils, 100% essential oils, not the things that you see at Target or TJ Maxx that say, you know, eucalyptus oil, and then you read the back and it's got like 30 different chemicals, and then there's a smidge of eucalyptus oil, or, you know, it'll say with fragrance, eucalyptus fragrance. That's not true eucalyptus oil. You might as well just, you know, use Glade Plugins. But these are some of my favorite brands. By now, this is their Clear the Air and Nature Shield. I love a lot of them. I love to mix the rosemary with the lavender, the orange, any of the natural essential oils, but this brand is probably my most purchased brand. I used to get this at Whole Foods all the time, but you know, now since Whole Foods and Amazon have merged, I just always pick these up on Amazon. I have, you know, one of those like misters, humidifiers, the cool mist ones that you can put these in. And the one I have, I'll link it down below. I got it on Amazon. It is amazing. It will run for like 12 hours. It's not like the kind that you put your water in, put your drops in, and then the mist comes out for an hour and then you got to keep refilling it. This one will just keep running for 12 hours because it's got a bigger tank on it, but it's in storage. And since my husband and I are in a hotel right now, I picked up this one on Amazon, but it broke after like one day, so don't buy this one. I'm not even gonna link this one. I'm gonna return this one. I was so annoyed. I'm gonna buy another one and try it and see if I can find one similar to this, because you can just put this in your cup holder in your car. I just put it right next to the bed, and it's a cool mist though. You don't want a warm mist humidifier, you know, for your skin and hair and all of that, but get one of the ones that you can actually put essential oils in. So not only are you adding that extra humidity in the air in the room or the car that you're in, so it will help your skin stay hydrated and less wrinkly, it will, you know, make the room smell really yummy also. So you won't feel like you're missing out, you know, needing candles or Glade Plugins. That's why I like this one called Nature Shield. This one, it smells like it has like nutmeg, cinnamon. It's very fall. Like, this is a really, really nice scent. And you know, they say that essential oils also have some healing properties to them as well. I don't put these directly on my skin, or I don't, you know, ingest these, but I just use these for that natural air freshener. So, but I will link the one that's really, really good that I can highly recommend. I had it for probably 2 years. It worked great, but then, you know, when we started moving around, I put it in storage. Now, if you do like to spray the air with a mist, like a Glade spray or Febreze, again, that has all those crazy chemicals in it as well. Even I think Febreze came out with a non-aerosol one because they thought people would probably be like, oh, okay, that's healthy because it's a non-aerosol. Well, if you read the ingredients, those are a lot of ingredients that you don't want to breathe into your lungs. They're probably not that great for us. So for my air freshener, I have used these now for about 2 years. I have bought these repeatedly. They are my all-time favorite. This is by the brand Eurospa. These are shower mists, and literally one of these bottles, just these little ones, will last you for a whole year, but I buy the whole pack of all of the different essential oil scents, and that is all these are. These are 100% essential oils. There's no extra fillers or crazy chemicals in them, and you can turn your shower on, you know, if you want to make it nice and steamy, and just put literally one spray of this, and it will turn your whole bathroom into like the most heavenly spa experience ever. This one's so good. This one is just the pure eucalyptus. I like the one that also has orange in it, lavender. All of them have a eucalyptus base, but these are phenomenal. But what I've been doing is when we're traveling, you know, we're staying in a small hotel, I used to buy that poopery for the bathroom. So, you know, you spray it in the toilet before you go to the bathroom, but that's full of all kinds of crazy chemicals also. So instead of spraying poopery, I use these. I keep one of these on the top of the toilet, and this works better than poopery because this is essential oil. So it's got like that little oil film. You just spray one spray, and you know, I'll use it in the air as an air freshener also, but again, it's a mist, an oil mist, so I wouldn't spray it directly on furniture or anything. But if you are looking to kind of clean up what's going on in your house, these might be something that you want to look into. And this scent lasts for a very, very, very long time. It is fabulous. And then lastly, I'll show you a couple makeup brands of products that I absolutely love that are considered clean beauty, but they're also made in the USA, and they're made with really good ingredients without, you know, all those crazy extra things that might, you know, cause irritation on your skin or your eyes to itch or your body to, you know, break out in all types of crazy things. A lot of the clean beauty makeup products on the market, number one, a lot of them are expensive. The ones that are really good, I do like the brand Fit Glow Beauty, but they're really expensive. I love their eyeshadows, but I don't like that they came out with limited edition palettes, and I still use those. I love them. I never share them because you guys can't buy them, but they did come out with new eyeshadows, but it's like $25 or $30 for one eyeshadow, and then you have to buy them separately and then buy the container, and it's like for 4 shadows in a container it would be $100, and I don't know, I'm just like, I'm not paying that for eyeshadow. But that is a brand I really like. But I try a ton of other clean beauty makeup brands, and they just miss the mark. A lot of them really miss the mark for me. I might get a beautiful eyeshadow palette, but then there's no pigment, or they're chalky. Yeah, sure, they're healthy for you, but they just, the quality and the performance is just not there for me. But I have found a few brands that I really, really am impressed with, that I actually, whether they're clean beauty or not, I just buy them because they are absolutely fabulous. So the first brand is a skincare brand. This is by the brand Pipette. I have used so many of their products, and I love every single thing I have tried. This I think was only like $10 for this whole big bottle. This is a body lotion, and this is their relaxing body lotion. It says clean, non-toxic, hydrating, moisturizes and replenishes dry skin. But this scent that's in here, oh my gosh, you guys, if you love that spa kind of essential oil type scent like I do, then you're gonna love this. That's a scent that I go to, especially when I take a shower at night and before I get in bed. I love this relaxing scent. I'll have to look up what the scent is. I think I smell a little bergamot, but I also smell something kind of like spicy. I'll look it up and see what the actual scent is in here. This is quite strong also, and it's a nice thick cream, and you really don't even need that much. So if you don't like strongly scented moisturizers, you might not like this. I mainly put this on my feet or my legs or just my hands. You know, you could put it all over your body, but just putting it on my hands, oh my gosh, it just puts you in such a great mood because of this delicious scent. I used to buy a bunch of lotions at like Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret. Even just walking by that store now, it's like triggers a migraine because the chemicals, whatever they're putting in their products just is terrible. If you are trying to clean it up a little bit, you might want to look into this brand. They even have a shower gel with this scent that is, oh my gosh. So imagine spraying a spray of this in your shower and then getting in the shower and using the shower gel that smells like this and then putting the lotion on. I mean, you don't even have to go to the spa. You can just have a spa in your own home. That's how amazing these scents are, and it will fill up your whole house, but it's not a nauseating scent. It is just this beautiful, relaxing scent. Trust me, if you like spa scents, you will love, love, love these. And then for makeup, 2 brands that I love that I purchase all the time. This is the brand Well People, or W3LL People, but this is a clean beauty brand, also made in the United States. This is one of my favorite little palettes. It's got a little mirror here, and then it has the bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter. All 3 of these, usually when you get like a palette with these, you know, you might like 1 of them or 2 of them. All 3 of these are perfection. This bronzer, it's not a sparkly bronzer, but it's not like a flat powdery matte. It just looks beautiful on. Actually, that's the bronzer I have on today. I just wear a smidge of bronzer. And then this blush, if you like that NARS Orgasm blush, I hate the name of that blush. It's such a stupid name. But if you don't want to spend that high price for that, you know, viral blush, this one is prettier. It's not as sparkly and glittery as that, but it has that beautiful sheen. It's a beautiful pink with this, you know, beautiful peachy sheen to it. Let me just get a brush and show you how stunning this highlighter is. I already have it on today, but it's just, oh, it's so pretty. It's just such a beautiful glow that it gives, but this is quite affordable as well. I also love, I'm not a huge powder wearer. I'd like to have, you know, that glow to my face, but their powder is my all-time favorite setting powder. I'll link their powder down below. That has been one of my, I've probably gone through 10 of them because every now and then I do like to use powder. It's perfect to set your under eyes, it's perfect to set your face, but it's such a sheer, super, super fine powder. There's never any caking or flaking or chalkiness with it. But I don't like their eyeshadows. That's one thing. I tried their eyeshadows and I just felt like they were just, I don't know, the color just wasn't bright and they were just kind of chalky for me. But the two things I am obsessed with and I highly, highly recommend from this brand is this palette, their blush, bronzer, and highlight palette, and of course their face powder. It's phenomenal. And then the last makeup brand that I wanted to share with you that is Clean Beauty, made in the USA. This is a brand I've used probably for 10 years. I just will, you know, go back to it every now and then, but I just recently purchased a bunch of their blushes again. This is by the brand Gabriel Cosmetics. I haven't tried a ton of products from Gabriel Cosmetics other than their blushes, but this is the blush I had on today. This is called Petal. This is such a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. I've shown their other shades in some other videos. Vibrant Pink is like my absolute favorite shade. Rose is one of my favorite shades. Apricot is a shade I've used probably for 10 years. But if you're just looking for some good quality blushes, these are gorgeous. These aren't sparkly and you know, shimmery. They're more of like a natural finish. At first when you swatch them, it kind of looks like a matte blush, but once you apply it to your cheeks, it just kind of meshes with your makeup and it just looks like a beautiful natural finish. All right, so that's it. I just wanted to share with you a few products that if you are, you know, panicking or freaking out about all the things that we see in the news or that we read on social media, I don't think you need to rush out and buy any of these products. But if you are trying to just make a few changes in your skincare, makeup, household, your eating, those are just a few little things if you are trying to start cutting out certain things in your environment or your beauty routine that perhaps are not that great for us. So don't forget to leave me a comment. I do want to know your thoughts. And again, I really would love if you give some product recommendations of products that you really love. So let's just chat. Leave some comments down below. I would love to hear your ideas. And if you're still watching this video, perhaps you're someone that's interested in all of this as well. So maybe somebody's comments will help you out as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.